Good morning, everyone. Pastor Chris here. Welcome to another Poolside Chat. Years ago, I heard a twist, a modernization of the parable of the Good Samaritan. This pastor put it into modern, current terms, something we can understand. And part of this lesson is that parables are meant to shock. That's how they were originally told. They took a lesson and made it in such a way that it's like, wow. It gave there was a shock value to it. And I think that's sometimes lost when I read them today. But let me tell you, best as I remember, and I do not remember who this pastor was, I'm sorry, I want to give you credit. He said, there was a church, a large church, and one of his members was walking home from church down this lane, and he got robbed. They took everything he owned. He got darn near beat to death and thrown off on the side of the lane. The pastor of the church comes walking down this lane. He's a busy man and he has an appointment to get to. He sees someone off to the side. But he glances away because he has no time, because he has this important meeting to get to. So he walks by because he is a man of stature and importance. A short time later, an elder in the church gives generously because he has a lot. A community leader, well respected. He doesn't do dirty work anymore because he's risen through the ranks. He has people to do these things for him. He looks straight ahead, comes upon this man, but again, keeps looking straight ahead as he passes because he cannot dirty himself by getting in the blood and the dirt. There are people that do this. And he walks on. But because he's a business leader, it goes right out of his mind. So as he goes, he continues on his day. Third person comes by. He's a man. He's a drunk. You know, we have town drunks. He has lost his wife. He has lost his family. He has nothing, he begs, he steals because he likes to drink. He really doesn't have much respect of anyone in town. And he walks by and he sees this man and he has pity on him because he sees himself in this man. So he treats him, he carries him, gets him to a room, boarding house, and said, I will take care of whatever he needs. Just see to it that he gets cared for. This is a story, a parable, the Good Samaritan out of Luke 10, put in terms today. The pastor that told this, he said he told this at his church. He almost lost his church. I say this because we all, and this is not a question, this is my question. I thought of this because this week in New York City, there was a guy that attacked a couple of people with a knife. Thankfully, they lived. But he attacked them because they were Jewish. Thought they were Jewish. I've heard it said that he has a history of mental illness. Let me tell you, people with mental illness, not everyone with mental illness hurts somebody. Not everyone with mental illness hates groups of people. But we all have these prejudices, these preconceived notions, and they form divisions. Let me give you examples. Not all fat people are lazy. Not all black people are criminals. Not all Irish are drunks. Not all gypsies are pickpockets. See, we paint people with these broad brushes and preconceived notions. And it hurts. In World War II, in the Weimar Republic, the Jewish people, the rise of Hitler, as a group, were looked at as bad. Number of reasons why, but it was unfair. Hitler took advantage of that and then said they were bad because they're an inferior race. We have the Japanese and the Chinese. The Japanese committed some horrible atrocities against the Chinese because they were the less thans. The Tutsis and the Hutus, the Rwandan genocide. One group was considered inferior to the other group. The Irish and the English. The Irish were considered less. You ever wonder why they play Gaelic and not soccer? I'll leave that one, look it up. There are these preconceived notions of groups of people. And when these things are talked about, broadcast, legitimized, it leads these things like this, abuse. And it's important we understand this, because if we don't, then abuses like this can happen. So my question is, what do we do? What did Jesus do with the parable of the Good Samaritan? You know what he did? He went to Samaria. Met the Samaritan woman. Let people see these people as people. And not as a group. Not as the others. The them. The less than. Martin Niemöller in Germany. He was one of the founding pastors of the Reformed Church in Germany in World War II. Along with Karl Barth, with Dietrich Bonhoeffer. They didn't want a state-run German church. They want the state in the church. They started a free church, Reformed church. But he wrote something. Now, something we don't often talk about. He wrote a poem. He was actually one who was prejudiced towards the Jews. It's fascinating when you read the history of that. He repented of this because he got thrown in a concentration camp because he spoke out against the state. But he fell into this trap. But he wrote a poem, and I think all of us have heard this, but what do we do? What do we do with these class-based prejudices? And he has a great, simple, I didn't even count the words, 50-word poem. And what it said, what it says. First they came for the communists. I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists. And I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. But I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. And I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak out for me. Take these words to heart. I proudly, unabashedly, loudly proclaim my love for the Jewish people. And if you're prejudiced against the Palestinian people, I have Palestinian friends, Arab friends. Whatever group it is, speak out. Because if they are being hurt as a group, it is incumbent upon us to speak out in support of these people. We don't want that happen. We don't want what happened and what is happening to the Jews now to continue. So we speak out to stop. And we don't want what is happening to the Jews now to expand to other groups. So we speak out. Support your friends and neighbors. And don't let others put them down. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? And maybe it is. But what did Jesus do? The parable of the Good Samaritan, and then he goes to Samaria. All right, guys, that's my question for today. So I hope this says something to you. Let me know. Tell me what's on your heart. Give me your questions, and love to continue conversation. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, at FL Compass Church, and now on Instagram, at FL Compass Church. Have a fantastic day. See you Wednesday.